Hi there, my name is Jason, and you are now a pleasant viewer of Jason's Country Corner. Today we are going to learn how to make a very special dish. It is our very famous SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And you know what? We are going to teach you how to make this from scratch. Now, if you could please come with me and we will make this wonderful dish. As you can see, we will use a pink manual can opener. And we will take our can of Campbell's SpaghettiOs with meatballs. Now, what you're going to want to do before you open the can is you're going to want to shake it up. Shake it up really good, because what that's going to do, you are not going to need a spoon to whip that shit out, alright? So, what we're going to do, we're just going to take the can opener, like so. Oh, you hear that pop? That is how you know that the can opener is in there. And that's how you know that that can opener is going to open that can. So we're just going to spin it around, like so. Now, if you notice, I am using a clockwise motion. And that is very important, because if you use a counterclockwise motion, you're just going to be wrong. So here we go. We're just doing we're doing the clockwise, And now, if you can see here, we are going to stop this right before it gets to the end. Alright, because if you get to the end, then the lid falls into the SpaghettiOs. And you cannot have that. Alright, so here we are. We have the lid just perfectly proportioned to where it lifts up. And now you remember how we shook it earlier, right? Here's what we're going to do. Just look how easy that pours out. Just give it a little bit of shake, and there we go. And looky there, just barely, you're good to go right there. Now, as you can see, our SpaghettiOs with meatballs is in the pan. Now, the perfect way to make your SpaghettiOs with meatballs is you're going to want to put that heat just right there, just a little bit high, but not quite as high as it could go. Alright? And then what you're going to do, you're going to reach into your drawer here. Alright? You're just going to take out your spoon. I use a silverware spoon bought from Walmart. And we just stir a little bit. And then you get that little bit off there. Now, the key to cooking in Jason's Country Kitchen is vodka. Alright, now vodka is very important. Now, the reason I say vodka is very important is because we do not cook. We do not put the vodka in the food. We put it in ourselves. And that is what makes us special. Alright? And now while we're cooking this, we are going to talk some philosophy with you. If you take, and notice we are stirring the SpaghettiOs with meatballs. Now you can get the SpaghettiOs without meatballs if you're a vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian, you are not watching this show. But if you are, you can. Let's say we take the buffaloes of old. You have the herd. The herd can only move as fast as its slowest member. Now, the slowest member is the first one to get hunted down, killed, eaten, stuffed, whatever. Alright? Now, when the slowest and the weakest is done away with, that improves the speed of the herd, because the weakest member is done. Now, you may think, oh, that's a weird thought, but it pertains to the situation. Take alcohol, for instance. If you take the weakest and slowest brain cell, your brain is only moving as fast as that weak cell. So alcohol only hunts and destroys the strongest of, or the weakest of the brain cells. So after a few drinks of vodka. That just makes you all that much smarter because it's making your brain work on a faster pace. Now, that aside, we are going to come over here and we are going to stir and we are going to view the SpaghettiOs. Now, as you can see, the SpaghettiOs are boiling quite nicely. So we're just going to stir them up real good there. You know, just make sure we're stirring and stirring because you don't want the SpaghettiOs to stick to the bottom of the pan because that's a burnt SpaghettiO and that's just no good to eat for anybody. Now, we're just going to keep on stirring. It's boiling. It's nice and hot. And once you get to the perfect amount of steam, like we are now, there we go. Bam. SpaghettiO and meatballs is done. Now, what we are going to do, you always want to make sure you turn that oven off. Now, we are just going to come over here. We're going to move purposefully. And we are going to grab a glass bowl. Now, for filming purposes, we're going to use a good bowl. If this was not film, we would use a paper plate. But we are just going to come over here. And we are going to use our Walmart spoon. And we're just going to pour it in there like that. You see there? Now that is how you pour some SpaghettiOs and meatballs. Now, we are going to use a good spoon here. And now me, personally, I am a big fan of salt and pepper. Push it real good, like that. But not the band, the seasoning. So we're just going to put a little salt in there. And then we are going to put a little bit of pepper just right there in there. And now after you put your salt and pepper in there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just give a little bit of slosh right there. Just right there, just make it perfect. Because you don't want unperfect SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And I will tell you this, my friends, the end result will be amazing. So, you want to blow on it because that shit's hot. And after you done blown on it so it don't burn the skin off your tongue, bon appetit, my friends.